welcome to Poly TV show on Poly TV Ilaro. It's good to know that you've joined us again on this your fantastic TV station situated at the very heart of the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro. It's good to know that you've joined us again today to watch us, to see what we have for you. And of course, you know that we don't give you anything less, just something, everything you need to know. You just need to subscribe, like, share with your friends and families, and you will get everything that's happening in the Polytechnic and all around the world. My name is Damilola Adekunle and
I'm Samuel Olani, and together with Dami Adekunle, we'll be taking you on an interesting journey of what's happening in the town Ilaro as well as your community and also Nigeria at large. So just sit back and enjoy the very best of Poly TV show, your darling station, Poly TV Ilaro. And to start the program today, we have the very first segment, and that's FBI Agenda.
Yes, followed by the Directorate of Student Affairs Office. We also have the center table. We have a whole lot of segment for you today and a whole lot to unpack for you today. So I want you to stay logged on. Keep watching Poly TV show on Poly TV Ilaro.
And to quick start this interesting episode of Poly TV show on your darling station, Poly TV Ilaro, is the very first segment of the program, and that's the FBI Agenda, where Damilola Adekunle together with Shola Abiola will take you on an interesting journey of what's happening in the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro. So just sit back and enjoy the very rest of the show. We will be right back.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ wá kẹ́ máa wò wá. Ẹ máa gbọ́ wá kẹ́ máa wò wá, Poly TV la wà. Ẹ máa gbọ́ wá kẹ́ máa wò wá, Poly TV. Poly TV Ìlaro la kalẹ̀ sí o. Móhùnmáwòrán tí gbogbo ayé ń fẹ́. Móhùnmáwòrán tí gbogbo èèyàn ń fẹ́. Ìròyìn kò má dé tá mojú bá. Poly TV tí gbogbo ayé ń retí. A ní ẹ máa gbọ́ wá kẹ́ máa wò wá, Poly. Poly TV Ìlaro la kalẹ̀ sí o. Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ ti máa gbọ́, ẹ ti máa gbọ́, ẹ ti máa gbọ́, ẹ ti máa gbọ́ pé Poly TV ẹ ti máa gbọ́, wádẹ̀ ẹ ti máa gbọ́ o. Poly TV Ìlaro la wà nínú Poly gangan o. Nínú Poly la wà o. Poly TV, Poly TV, Poly TV, wàá dẹ̀ ti máa gbọ́ o. Móhùnmáwòrán wa táwa fẹ́ mú ìdàgbàsókè wa, wàá dẹ̀ ti máa gbọ́. Poly fún dàgbàsókè, TV fún dàgbàsókè o. Wàá ti máa gbọ́, wàá ti máa gbọ́ o. Ó yá pàkúrúmà kẹjọ dáadáa kẹ́ wò wá o. Ó yá pàkúrúmà kẹjọ dáadáa kẹ́ wò wá o. Poly TV tá ń sọ tí gbogbo ayé. Ẹ pàkúrúmà kẹ́ wò dáadáa kẹ́ wò wá o. Wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa l'Amẹ́ríkà, ń gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo ìlú o. Pàkúrúmà kẹjọ dáadáa kẹ́ wò wá o. Pàkúrúmà kẹjọ dáadáa kẹ́ wò wá o. Poly TV o, tí gbogbo àwa ń retí. Ilẹ̀ yé wa la kalẹ̀ sí nílùú Ìlaro wa. Tẹlifíṣàn fún ìdàgbàsókè ilẹ̀ wa ni. Tẹlifíṣàn fún ìdàgbàsókè ilẹ̀ gbogbo wa. Ẹ pàkúrúmà kẹjọ dáadáa ẹ pàkúrúmà ẹ pa kuruma kẹjọ dáadáa ẹ pa kuruma ẹ pa kuruma kẹjọ dáadáa àjọ dáadáa jó dáadáa jó dáadáa òun là ń retí ẹ jó dáadáa ló máa wòran wa ni ẹ pa kuruma ẹ máa wò wá o Poli làwà o Poli TV ni ẹ wò wá o 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 ẹ máa gbọ́ wa kẹ́ máa wò wá ó ń torí ọmọ Akíndé ṣèyí fún wa nílẹ̀ yé wa àwa dúpẹ́ àwa mọ́pẹ́ wa wá o ọmọ Akíndé ń ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ bó máa wòran wọ ìlú Ìlaró tẹlifíṣàn tuntun tún wọ ilẹ̀ yé wa àwa adúpẹ́ o adúpẹ́ pẹ́ òkun ọmọ Akíndé ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ọmọ Akíndé ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ nílẹ̀ yé wa ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ọmọ Akíndé ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ olóṣè bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ọmọ Akíndé ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ Gàyí ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó fún wa ní tẹlifíṣàn ó fún wa máwòrán ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ọmọ Akíndé ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ nílẹ̀ yé wa ní Poli Ìlaró TV mo máwòrán wa Poli fún àgbàsókè ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ó ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ ẹ máa gbọ́ wa kẹ́ máa wò wá ní Poli. ọmọ Akíndé ọpẹ́ wa rèé ọmọ Akíndé àwa ń dúpẹ́ oore tó ṣe Poli TV ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo wa náà ń wò káàkiri àgbáyé Poli TV ọmọ Akíndé àwa dúpẹ́ adúpẹ́ ọpẹ́ wa náà rèé ẹ ṣeun ọmọ Akíndé.
Welcome back to the Poli TV show on Poli TV Ìlaró. And like Samuel said before we went on that show break, he said that we'll be having someone very important, and also Shole Abiola will be joining me in the studio. And of course, he's already seated in the studio as I am speaking. Our guest for today on this segment, the Federal Polytechnic Ìlaró, that's FPI Agenda. We have the rector, Dr. M.A. Akinde, FCA, HCTI, with us in the studio to talk about topical issues, everything that you need to know. He's seated here to talk about all of those things. And like I said earlier, we have Shola Abiola.
Thank you very much. Before I answer you, the other time when I brought the two deputy rectors, you were telling me that I was not supposed to bring deputy rectors before the rector.
Yeah, I mentioned
eventually. What will you tell me now that I brought the rector to you? I
think I should give you your flower.
Oh, after the program?
Yes, I will.
Yeah. The rectors are welcome to Poli TV show. Before we even ask you any question, why have you been away for so long?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Shola Abiola and the presenter, Undami. Even though I was away, but I'm your follower. I listen to every of your program in Abuja. And I used to see Dami, our students, maybe to tell viewers that Dami is our students in the 22 Mass Com doing so well. To the point that at a particular program in Abuja, they asked me that is she our staff or our students, and I told them she's actually our student. So I think that's to tell you what we can do in Ìlaró. I'm away on official assignment for a lot of reasons, so many of those things. One, I was away to attend the inaugural, whatever, what I call the retreat of the council member of the Polytechnic that was organized by the Federal Ministry of Education and the MBT. Of course, you know that our dear President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, constituted the council of the Polytechnic by giving us the nominees that will be part of our board. So for them to know the culture of the Polytechnic, what happens and how we do our things, the president directed that they should do a retreat.
Okay.
And I was away to attend that retreat. Of course, The retreat was attended by all the nominees of the president, where we have Alhaji Garba Gashua is actually the chairman of the council.
Okay.
The chairman of the council is a former, what I call head of service of Yobe.
Oh.
So he was full of life in Abuja. And also we also have others like Dr. Ogbara Awanem, who is also from Enugu. You know, this Federal Polytechnic, whoever will represent the president here, should cut across Nigerian. So I think Dr. Ogbara Awanem is actually a diplomat. He was also in Abuja. We also have Mr. Ogu David Ina from Kogi State. And we have a former commissioner in, I think, Nasarawa State, Alaja Alimot Jabini, and from Nasarawa. And our own, that's Sunday Akere, a former commissioner also in Osun State. You know, the Council of the Polytechnic, we have the presidential nominees, and there are 5. And we also have the FME, that's Federal Ministry of Education representative.
Okay.
That's Mrs. Amodu Yabo. She was also in Abuja.
Okay.
Those seats are directly coming from external. And of course, you are aware that we also have internal council of the member. We have Barrister Bolango Daudu, we have Dr. Ogunsheye, we have Alhaji Ogunbi, we also have Mr. Adebi and Engineer Akula. Those are internal members. Of course, you know that we have the community representation. And from what I know, that is Chief Mrs. Yabo Apampa. She's actually representing the palace in the council. Of course, the alumni is also there.
Okay.
We have representation from alumni, and that's Mr. Tadi Ademola. So generally, we have that composition that is the council. Our council is well composed. And our inaugural meeting will soon be coming up. I think myself and the chairman, we have talked about it and we will soon finalize it. So the inaugural meeting will soon come up. Now, you know, after that retreat, I also went to Badagry, you know, where I'm working on the authority. The secretary to the federal government of Nigeria directed that all chief executive and director should proceed to attend a program in Badagry. It's a training program. And the ASCON. Okay. As I'm sitting, I am now an ASCONier.
Oh.
So, and I can assure you that a lot of things were said there. They are very rewarding and going to benefit the whole Polytechnic. In fact, at that training, I was able to see how we are coming from when, you know, those slave trade. When it happened, I knew what we call a bridge that the slave usually point of they call
no return.
Point of no return. I saw all those things in Badagry. And as I was also in Badagry, you know, our dear senator, the most distinguished Senator Olamile Koyayi, has been on it for some time, trying to sponsor a bill converting the Polytechnic to the university. Of course, I was invited with the registrar to that meeting for public hearing. So I also traveled from Badagry to Abuja to attend that public hearing to ensure that whatever the senator was doing was actually supported. And of course, you know that the president of the student union, Mr. Macaulay, was also in Abuja, and the alumni president, the registrar, was also there. The deputy director, all of us were there to support the bill that is want to at least converting the Polytechnic to Federal University of Technology in Ilaro. That's FUTI. Of course, if that bill scales through, that goes to the president for assent. So that's why I was away. And also I was away in the interest of the Polytechnic, doing a lot of things. Even though I was away, I'm doing a lot of things in the other room so that the Polytechnic keeps on moving. You know, we have good students that are listening, even when I'm around or not around. They are always listening. So those are the things that has happened.
The rector has been working in Ziaza room for the benefit of the Polytechnic community. That means you see that the other time you were asking me to name.
I was about to say that actually.
Members. I told you that it is not from me that we hear the name of the council. And now the rector has rolled it
Yes,
out.
even without asking him. I was about to ask him, but then you've answered the question already. So I thank you so much for sharing how your journey has been, and when you were now around. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. That was fantastic. So now let's focus on national issue. The End Bad Governance protest that's coming up on August 1st, which is Thursday. As the rector of the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, and you are the father of all the children, about 23,000 students of the institution. And also we have communities, we have youths in the community as well. What are the things that are being put in place for to like curb any form of protest or by the students or by the communities or anything? Are there anything being put in place to make sure that any of that don't happen here in Ilaro?
Thank you so much. That's a very good questions. There are a lot of things we have put in place, but I will handle your questions in two ways.
Okay.
We're talking about the economy. Yes, you know, my PhD is in finance. You cannot be talking about economy without saying one or two things about the economy before I will now answer the second leg of your question. The first leg is talking about the economy. The economy, yes, the way it is. I can see that there are a lot of pressures everywhere. Exchange rates exacerbated,
Yes.
wasn't up. Inflation is also not helping us in terms of food security. You know, prices of foods are on the high side. Everything is also not moving in the positive direction. But there are good news, let me assure you, because when Nigerians elected our president, that's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for some of us, as at that time, if I measure the economy, I can put it that the president inherited a dead economy. The economy that is bleeding, it was bleeding. You know, when you inherited such an economy, you need to put certain things in place. And those things that will be put in place, since the president is not a magician, it will not work almost instantly. Because the bad of so many years cannot be corrected in seconds or by magic of touching your button the way you used to touch it on your television.
Yes.
It's not done that way. It will take time. You know, the presidents having realized that the economy is not really in good shape, came out with a lot of policies. Of course, one of it is the removal of subsidy. That policy, well, very painful, but I think it is a decision that has to be taken. Because people talk about subsidy. Subsidy generally, yes, it's good to subsidize commodities and all that. But from the little literature we have read, or even empirical studies, suggest that countries that subsidize don't give subsidy on consumption. Subsidy is always targeted to production. See, when you give a subsidy to consumption, and the subsidy is also leaking out to the neighboring country in a way that you are subsidizing our neighboring country on fuel, you will see that it's really a decision that has to be taken. And that, let's also say that even that decision was not taken by him. The former president of the country, President Muhammadu Buhari, in the budget of that year, subsidy was not included in that budget, meaning that even before the president came in, subsidy has already been removed. So the president have nothing to show down removing the subsidy. Yes, there are a lot of pains from the subsidy that we are always saying now. Dami, let me tell you, check every country in the whole world. There is no gain without pain. We are quick to refer to Dubai, China, UAE, that this thing is going on fine there, it's not going on fine there. But they didn't start in a day. It was a journey they started, and they have also suffered for it. So if what we are doing today, over some time, I think that the economy will recover, because the subsidy is gone. It's no longer there. We have Dangote that want to produce PMS for us and this. All of them are going on, and you can see that the president has also done a lot of things in terms of student loan, and that I know students are also benefiting from that loan. And, you know, the economy, I think that is going in the right direction, but it's not going to be instant. Let me tell you, for example, when the president came, none of the airline was flying the country, either Emirates, either Virgin here. Mention the British Air, all those here, they have left the country. Why did they leave? Was it not because the country was owing them a lot of money in terms of USD and all that. And this president has, the environment was inconducive. This president has cleared out that mess. You can see now that Emirates is flying Nigeria now. British Air is coming back. To the point that even UAE has started giving visa to Nigeria. Don't you think that the future is good? Let's not talk about the economy and we'll not live there. There will be a day that we can come back to talk about the economy. It's an area that one is interested so that we can educate Nigerians that this government is not bad after all.
Yeah.
It's only taking time to correct the wrongs of so many years, and that cannot be done in a day. So we'll come back to economy in a day that we're going to fix for it and analyze the whole economy, what the president has done for the past 1 year, and I know that he will also do more going forward. Yes, to your questions about I was away, what have I been doing? Hashtag, you used to call it one time, hashtag end
bad governance.
But what is bad about this government that is trying to redirect the whole country? I can say, I want to tell you for free, this is the best president we have ever had.
Okay.
Very courageous, trying to take decisions the way he should. Because he's not willing to deceive us. He's saying that this is the country, this is the way it is. And if you want to move forward, this is the path to go. And that's why I said that if you make comparison, you say UAE, corruption in UAE is, or even China, is death penalty. They don't run presidential system of government in China. They run what we call all this oligarchy or those. So the system we run here, the president has to take decisions, carry people along, carry National Assembly along. They are still there. Those ones, we'll come back and talk on that. But to our own local environment in Ilaro here, yes, we're all away in Abuja. I was hearing that there will be this, there will be that, protest and all that. And I said, my students are good students. They know we have always been there, trying our possible best, given our limited resources, to make sure that this polytechnic runs. Imagine this TV now, we are running on diesel. Look at how much we are buying diesel, even from the limited resources and all. The students know what we are facing. And they also know what we have done to also bring electricity to this polytechnic. Let me also inform you that this polytechnic has written, I don't know, because of legal or whatever, we have written a particular company in cement production, because I should be smart enough to know how to describe something. We've written that company to give us electricity, knowing that if this polytechnic is given electricity, we have solved a lot of problems. We submitted a letter to the head office, even not to give us free of charge. We want to be paying monthly. Do you know we have not received a reply from that company? I do not want to mention names, so you know, I'm afraid of lawyers talk about libel and all that. So we wrote, and when we came in 2022 as rector, you know, one of the blessings we have is that the federal government appointed an alumnus as a rector. As an alumnus, I understand the polytechnic. I was here as a junior staff. I was here as a lecturer. I know everything. The very first thing I did was to set up a committee on power. The Committee on Power gave us 3 solutions. One to talk about hydro-turbine power in Bokoto. We wanted to do it. We saw that it's no-go area because it's about 9 billion naira. We cannot afford it. We also did a survey that will give us electricity from Kpakpa Lanto, direct to our base station in Bokoto. We did the costing. The costing that time was about 400 million naira. It's not good area for us. We also have another one that will also connect us to the corridor of IBD Hotel so that we can have electricity. We don't have electricity, but yet we can't afford it, about 150 million naira. But the good news is this. Senator Olamilekan Oyayi is also facilitating that to see how he can give us electricity. Maybe that will be a foregone conclusion so that our students will have live, so that they can use this studio, practicing their mass communication. The people in heart will come here to be talking and all that. So now, NSAS, bad government. This government is not good after all. I've talked about that.
It's not bad after all.
It's not bad after all. Yeah, this government is not bad after all. It's a very good government because the government has done a lot of policies that shows that. In fact, our leader president is a listening government. If you say this, if he wanted to make sure that he addresses it immediately. Now, what have we done to make sure that that protest doesn't stay here?
Hold. Yeah. Yes.
I want to tell you we have done a lot of things.
Okay.
You know, your rector is proactive.
Yes.
Because I'm a proactive person. The first thing I did was that we met the student union leadership.
Okay.
At least we can't take decision like my mommy used to say when she was alive. You cannot shave someone's head without him being, you must be there if you want to shave my head. The student must be there. So we call on the attention that students, well, we are having this here and that people want to protest and all that. Well, I'm thinking the direction of, let's say, maybe we should go back home so that that protest should meet us in our respective houses. But that is not without consequences. If we do that, if we say that we lock this school, some of the students will not go home.
Yes.
They become idle. When they are idle, you know, there is this an idle is a devil workshop. So that is on our table. Allowing these students to go home, we are elongating their stay on campus.
Yes.
They will be eating at home, doing nothing. Some of them will not go home. They might also foment trouble. You know, when you are idle. We are looking at that. Okay, what about if students are traveling home, God forbid, you know, we will say God forbid, accident. The students, unfortunately, God forbid, lost his or her life because we have closed school. What do we gain? So we call them, and as a responsible leadership, we have Mr. Macaulay, the speaker, all of them. They look at it, felt that they don't see any reason why they should join protest from unknown sponsor. They don't know who is organizing the protest. No one has contacted them. And they also have their life to also protect. They want to continue their education peacefully. In fact, at the meeting, they gave us their commitment. They are not interested in any protest. In fact, that they are enjoying what the president is doing because the president has just signed the student loan and they are expecting their own share of the whatever, so that they can pay, they can do whatever they want to do. So why would they go home? That's what they said. We didn't rest on our horse. We also met the community. You know, the polytechnic, the ecology of this polytechnic differs. We are polytechnic that we house less than 1% on campus. 99% live outside the campus. So that means we also have to extend our fellowship to the community. So we met with the community, the leadership of the community. You know, they also have youth in the community.
Yes.
So we spoke with them, we talk and discuss and all that. What do we feel? Do we feel that these students will be going home? The major driver of economy in the town is their students. No one wants anyone to go home. In fact, the leadership of the community, the youth, that's Chief Ogunleye, that's Okado, that's the owner of an hotel. I don't want to make an advert for him here now and all that. So they met and wrote a memo that what we are doing in the Polytechnic, they are very okay, it's very fine, and that they are not joining any protest that is unwarranted from what we call, that will be organized by masquerade. You know what we call it? When you are in the masquerade, nobody knows who is organizing the unknown government. So why
and
do
we are even very close to the border. We
yeah.
also have to consider that we are close to the border town.
We are very close. They don't want to join those things and all that. So we met with them and they have also rolled out their memo that they are not joining any protest. Mr. Shola Abiola, it will interest you to note that we didn't stop like that. Today, I've been with the area commander and the DPO to talk to him on their readiness and what are they feeling about the protests and all that. Yeah, of course, we have heard what the IG is saying. I've also listened to the IG with a lot of rapt attention. The police, that's the area commander and the DPO. Yes, protest is constitutional. As long as you want to protest, although he also told me that our students have also come there to tell them that they are not willing to do any protest. But the fact is that they operate under law. Protest is constitutional. As long as if anyone to protest, if you don't, once you are not, you don't take laws into your hand by destroying property or by destroying this or by destroying that, once we are able to do that, they are going to give them police to monitor the police. But as long as you want to do the other way, police is ready to combat it. So I was with the area commander, was the DPO today in Ilaro. That's what I've been doing since morning. We didn't stop that because, you know, Yoruba will say that war does not kill a physically challenged person if only he's wise. Because we are wise, we also went to Ode. Ode, the army barrack. In fact, I couldn't go because I wouldn't be everywhere. But that's why, you know, this Polytechnic is special. You know why it's special? We are working as a team. Either the dean, either the HOD, either the student leadership, we are working. You know, if we are playing a football match, only a team that play together, assist, support one another, that can win the football team. I wouldn't go to Ode. We have someone we sent to Ode, that's Dr. Agmi, the chairman of your television.
That's
Please
great.
help me to get to Army Barrack Ode to talk to the commandant there. Since we are here, they cannot leave us. We cannot work alone. You know, Liverpool Football Club, they cannot work alone. We can't work alone when we have challenges. Okay. So help us to talk to them, and that we spoke with them, and that we are sure that once we call them at the dial of a button, they are available to assist us. And why are we doing that?